What if everything you've been waiting for, every dream, every breakthrough, every chance, was waiting for you to move? Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Because the clock isn't ticking down, it's ticking up. And your time is now. You've been told to wait, to be patient, to stay in line, to bide your time, like greatness is some distant destination meant for someone else, not you. But I'm here to shatter that illusion, to scream into the silence that's kept you small, to remind you that you were never meant to blend in. You were born to break through, to stand tall, to rise above the noise and carve your name into the very fabric of history, because your time is not next week, not next month, not someday. Your time is now, and it's been now since the day you dared to dream. You see, time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for procrastination. It doesn't give you second chances dressed as comfort zones. It moves with or without you. And the question is, are you bold enough to move with it? Are you ready to run into the storm, not away from it? Because champions are not crowned in convenience. They are made in chaos. They are born in pressure. They are forged in the furnace of I can't, until it becomes I will. So if you're still breathing, still hurting, still hungry, then you're still in the fight. And if you're in the fight, then you have what it takes to win, because the only thing standing between you and the life you crave is the decision to stop waiting for a sign and become the signal, to stop asking for permission and start giving yourself the power to rise, to speak, to act, to own this moment like it was handcrafted for your comeback. And yes, you'll be afraid. You'll doubt, you'll fall. But fear is a liar, doubt is a distraction, and failure is a detour, not a dead end, because the truth is, growth is ugly, uncomfortable, unglamorous, but so is becoming unbreakable. And if you're searching for ease, you'll never find excellence, but if you're willing to sweat for it, bleed for it, cry for it, and still not quit, then you're already halfway there. Because while others sleep, you'll be grinding. While they quit, you'll persist. While they wait, you'll act. And that's how legacies are built. Not by luck, not by handouts, but by grit, vision, and relentless pursuit of the greatness that already lives inside you, just waiting to be unleashed. So let the world doubt you. Let the clock tick louder. Let the pressure rise. Because pressure creates diamonds, storms, birth warriors, and battles reveal champions. And if today is hard, if your dreams feel distant, that's not the end. That's the beginning of the breakthrough, the crack in the wall where the light gets in, the part where most people quit. But you're different. You're dangerous because you refuse to settle. You refuse to let fear have the final word. You refuse to be forgotten. And the world may not be ready for you, but you're ready for it. And the fire in your soul is hotter than the fear in your mind. So rise, not with hesitation, but with conviction. Walk like the ground owes you answers. Speak like the sky has been waiting to echo your truth, and act like destiny is watching, because it is. And it's not interested in your excuses. It's only waiting for your execution, your focus, your hunger, your refusal to go quietly into the night, because this is not rehearsal. This is the main act, and there are no reruns, no do-overs, no rewinds. Only this one shot, this one life, this one moment. And it's not passing you by. It's handing you the mic, the torch, the crown, the mission, and now it's your turn to decide. Will you hesitate or dominate? Will you shrink or shine? Will you survive or thrive? Then thrive you must. Because survival is not the goal. It's the baseline, the bare minimum, the default for those who've accepted mediocrity as their ceiling. But you were born to do more than exist. You were born to explode into your potential, to set fire to the chains that have held you back, to rise from every fall like your bones were built from the dust of warriors and your heart beats with the pulse of something divine, something unshakable, something that refuses to bow to the weight of doubt or the whispers of the world telling you to slow down, play small, stay safe. No, safety is a myth sold to the masses who've given up on the extraordinary. But if you've got vision, if your soul still screams when you stare at the stars, if there's a war inside you between who you are and who you could be, then let that war fuel you. Let that tension become your launch pad. Because pressure doesn't mean you're breaking. It means you're on the edge of becoming unstoppable. And if the world won't open the door, kick it down. If the path isn't clear, build your own road. If the voices tell you to quit, get louder, because your dream wasn't given to them, it was given to you, and only you can bring it to life. Not by waiting, not by hoping, but by doing, by fighting, by waking up every single day with purpose so loud it drowns out every doubt, every fear, every excuse that dares to rise up against you. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not some footnote in someone else's story. You are the author of your own legacy, the builder of your own empire. And every second you waste wondering if you're enough is a second you could be proving it, not to them, but to yourself, because you already have everything it takes: the mind, the heart, the fire, the scars. Yes, the scars, the wounds, the mistakes. They're not your weakness. They are your weapons. Proof that you've lived, that you fought, that you're still here, still pushing, still climbing, even when the mountain mocks you. And every step forward is defiance in motion, a declaration that you will not be broken, that you will not back down, because this moment right here, this breath, this heartbeat is the only guarantee you've got, and what you do with it defines everything. So stop waiting for clarity and start creating it. Stop wishing for miracles and become one. Stop envying greatness and embrace your own, because the clock is not your enemy. It's your ally, reminding you with every tick that your story is being written now, not someday, not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready, but now, always now. Because readiness is a myth, and perfection is a prison. And those who win in life aren't the ones who waited. They're the ones who moved, who stumbled forward, who got back up when no one was watching, who cried in silence and roared in action, who let their pain become their power, who chose to believe in something greater even when they couldn't see it, who looked in the mirror and said, "If no one else will, I will." And they did. So what are you waiting for? Another sign? This is it. Another green light? Run the red. Another reason? Look inside. Your heartbeat is the reason. Your breath is the sign. Your hunger is the green light. And if you don't take this moment and turn it into a mission, you'll be haunted by the ghost of what could have been. And I promise you this: regret is heavier than failure, and fear is weaker than courage. But you are stronger than both. So now it's your move, your voice, your fire, your legacy. Will you rise or retreat? Will you let this moment slip or seize it like your life depends on it? Drop a comment. Let the world hear you, because your time is now, and silence is no longer an option.